Welcome to another explainer brought to you by Forge College. If you hung out with us for our last lesson on the use cases and ethics of soul-bound tokens, you know we absolutely love tackling the bleeding edge of Web3 development. Well, today, we're shifting gears into something that will literally save your engineering team's sanity. We're talking about designing repeatable AI workflows for Solana projects.
So, think about that AI prototype you might have just built in an isolated lab environment. It's super cool, right? But taking an unstandardized, ad hoc AI script and letting it write Solana transactions in a team setting? That's kind of like letting a blindfolded robot operate heavy machinery on a crowded factory floor. I mean, sure, it might accidentally assemble something amazing, but let's be real, it's way more likely to just break everything in sight. So, what we need to do today is upgrade from that fragile single-player script to a truly robust, team-scalable, repeatable AI workflow.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Here is our factory floor plan for today. First, we'll tackle the AI automation challenge. 2, we'll introduce the software factory metaphor. 3, we'll walk through a step-by-step scaling blueprint. 4, we're going to apply it all to a real-world Solana dApp example. And finally, number 5, we'll get prepared for custom MCPs.
Section 1. The AI Automation Challenge. Moving to production. As a lot of developers find out the hard way, taking a fun, hacked-together AI prototype and moving it into a real-world production environment can be, well, a pretty terrifying reality. The main goal here is closing the gap between a working prototype and a reproducible engineering pattern. Because, when multiple engineers start collaborating on Solana projects, you can't just have random scripts firing off all over the place. You need strict traceability. If your automated pipeline is interacting with live Solana programs, avoiding broken code is absolutely non-negotiable. We need to know exactly how your tooling choices, your environment configurations, and your prompt structures interact so we get reliable, safe outputs every single time.
Let's move on to Section 2, the software factory metaphor, visualizing AI workflows.
I absolutely love this mental model because it makes this whole abstract process incredibly easy to visualize. Think of your AI workflow as a factory assembly line, where each station performs a narrowly scoped operation and then passes a clearly defined output to the next station. So imagine your Solana RPC calls and transaction building are the physical mechanical arms. Your AI models, those are the specialized robotic stations, transforming inputs based on very explicit prompts. And your CI/CD runner is the conveyor belt that keeps the whole shebang moving in perfect sequence.
To actually build this factory, we need to get a handle on a few key terms, starting with Solana AI tooling. Think of these as the standard tools and wrenches shared across the entire factory floor. We're talking about the shared libraries, adapters, and integrations, bridging your Solana connections, like your RPCs and local validators, with the AI models. Centralizing this stuff means your team isn't constantly, reinventing the wrench for every single new project.
Next up is a ai-env-setup. This dictates the configuration and versioning of your reproducible development and CI environments. Basically, this ensures that every single developer's robot is operating under the exact same conditions, using the exact same container images and dependency pins. This is huge because it completely eliminates that classic, well, it works on my machine, excuse from your team's vocabulary forever. And then we have workflow automation. This is the overarching pattern dictating how tasks are composed, passed along, and triggered. It's the core logic keeping that conveyor belt moving smoothly from station to station. It ensures that when your AI drafts a metadata update, it seamlessly passes the baton right to the transaction serializer without dropping it.
Let's keep building. Section 3, step-by-step scaling blueprint, constructing the factory.
Now that we know what the tools are, here is the 5-step blueprint to scale that fragile single repo lab pipeline into a massive team-wide operation. Step 1, inventory your pipeline components. Just know what you actually have. Step 2, define minimal interface contracts for those stations. Step 3, centralize that shared tooling we just talked about. Step 4, standardize those reproducible environments. And finally, Step 5, build CI gates and observability. Following these steps systematically reduces the cognitive load for new contributors and makes failure modes super easy to reproduce.
But to run this factory efficiently, we need some non-negotiable rules. First, define minimal, strongly typed interfaces between your stations so you can actually run reliable tests. Second, make every station idempotent, which actually is just a fancy engineering word that means it can be safely retried if it fails without causing a total mess on the blockchain. And third, this one is absolutely crucial, record a compact provenance log. Look, if an automated transaction fails on Solana, this timestamped audit trail tells you exactly why. It lets you see the precise tool versions, prompt hashes, and model versions that were used. So what does this all mean? We have the theory, and we have the blueprint, but how does this actually work for a team in real life? How do we divide up all this labor?
That brings us right into Section 4, Real-World Solana dApp Example, Minting Dynamic Metadata. Let's imagine a scenario where you're on a mid-sized team building a dApp that mints dynamic metadata on Solana. You need to scale this workflow so multiple product teams can reuse it without duplicating fragile, buggy logic. Now, what's really interesting here is how you break down ownership to prevent absolute chaos. You delegate. Your AI engineer, they own the prompt templates. That's your core source of determinism and safety. The backend engineer takes the model wrapper package handling the retries. Your blockchain engineer owns the RPC adapter to standardize all those Solana calls. DevOps takes care of your reproducible environments, and the platform team manages the provenance headers for auditing. By splitting up the factory floor exactly like this, everyone knows their specific station, and code divergence is stopped dead in its tracks.
And this leads us to a really clever trick. Adopt a manifest file, something like an AI workflow.yaml, for each dApp repository to declare templates and configurations. What this means is your centralized shared packages stay perfectly stable, but individual product teams can still customize exactly what they need, like setting domain-specific prompts or pointing to a local validator snapshot, all without breaking the core system for everyone else. It's a real game changer.
Of course, before anything goes live, it has to pass through your pre-flight CI gates. Think of these as the factory's ultra-strict quality assurance inspectors. You run unit tests against mock station interfaces to validate your schemas. Then you run integration jobs against a seeded local validator to dry run those transactions. Finally, the system outputs a proof of run artifact, just a tiny JSON file with your prompt hash and simulator lock. This is what catches rogue AI prompts long before they ever get near the live blockchain.
And that brings us to our final section, number 5, preparing for custom MCPs, the final inspection.
Building this strong structural foundation today sets us up perfectly for the future of AI development. Because here's the secret. All those standardized artifacts and provenance logs we just spent this whole explainer building, they are the absolute essential inputs for designing custom model context protocols, or MCPs. Now, we are going to cover the principles of MCP design for Solana in our next lesson, but I want to tease it now because a messy, ad hoc factory simply cannot support advanced MCPs. You have to have these standardized prompt templates and wrappers in place to feed curated Solana context to your models in a fully repeatable, auditable way.
Which leaves us with one final, absolutely critical question for you to chew on. Are you building a fragile script, or are you ready to engineer a robust software factory? Turning your AI pipeline into a repeatable workflow is exactly what reduces variance, makes debugging a breeze, and allows your Solana projects to scale safely across your entire team. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today, brought to you by Forge College. If you want to dive deeper into this subject, learn how to build those CI gates, and explore a ton of other amazing Web3 related topics, you absolutely need to head over to forge.college. Keep building, stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next one.